Lazy wall new command. Why do you need it? Well, let me show you first. If we use the multi-line command, which is the closest that we can get to a wall in Autocad, we can see automatically some of its limitations. First, it will come on a random scale. In this case, this wall will come in about 1 inch, and we know that walls are usually 5 inches up, so that's one of the limitations. Second, if we try to do a opening, let's say for a door or something like that, and we trimmed this, we can also see another limitation that comes with this opening, and it doesn't close the wall automatically. So also I would like my new wall to have an offset like this, so it represents better a new wall in architecture, of course, or in a floor plan. So luckily for us, this is one of the reasons why I created the lazy wall new command. So we can simply click on it, and then we will have our new wall nice and ready for us. So the beauty of this is that, again, it comes now on a correct scale. In this case, I want my new walls to come about 5 inches. So, and also it will come already with the offset of about 1 inch. Not only that, but when I create an opening, let's say for my door, and trim it, we can see that it automatically closed the wall like so, which is great. So are you ready to create this awesome new command? Let's do it. All right. Before we start today creating this awesome command that is gonna save you so much time because it does for me, I like to say hi to you. And if you are new, introduce myself. My name is Irving, and this is the Lazy Arquitecto YouTube channel, where we show up each Saturday with a live stream with a new way to save time in AutoCAD. It can be either creating a new tool like today, the lazy wall new command. It can be also creating a dynamic blog, sharing some tips and tricks in AutoCAD. So basically anything that we can share that is going to save you some time working in AutoCAD, we will show it here in this channel. So if your time is important, considering subscribing and joining us because we are all about saving time. So before we start today live stream, I always like to go to the chat and say hi to you guys. So we have William Antonio on the chat. William Antonio says, si fuera escrito en español. William, he's saying if this were written in Spanish. William, many people ask me to do a tutorial even in Spanish, and I'm considering doing so in the future. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you have your bell notification on, so that way when I create this tutorial in Spanish, you will be notified. Okay, so thank you for being here today, Antonio. Also, we have another comment, unique cat design. He just says hi, I believe. Hi, unique cat design. Thank you for being here today in this live stream where we are going to create this awesome new command that I call lazy wall new. All right. So next we have Mary Miriam on the chat. Hi, Mary. I know you very well because you were on our past live streams. That's great that you continue to show up here every Saturday around 3 p.m. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States time. Today, we started the live stream a little late, 5 p.m. to be exactly, just because I had an emergency. So I had to do this live stream a little late, but usually it's at 3 p.m. each Saturday. That's Pennsylvania, United States time. All right. So I believe we are ready to start creating this new command for you guys. Okay, as always, by the end of this live stream or tutorial, I'm gonna give you some time to ask questions or talk anything related to AutoCAD. Okay, all right, so let's now start today's live stream. Okay, so we're gonna create this awesome tool in 3 simple steps. So the first step is to create a multi-line style that will look similar to this style or wall. So in order to do that, um, I'm gonna open a brand new drawing to start fresh. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go here on the ACAD icon and click new. Once I do that, I'm gonna pick my template. So in this case, I'm gonna pick the Imperial Architecture because I'm in the United States and the units are Imperial. And this is Imperial Mechanical, Mechanical Architecture, and Metric Architecture and Metric Mechanical. All right. So I'm gonna pick the Imperial Architecture to create a brand new drawing. In this case, I don't need this title block, so I'm gonna get rid of it and then go back here on model space. So here we're gonna create our brand new multi-line style. So in order to do that, what we need to do is type ML style, right, to open the multi-line style dialog box like this. So right now we can see that we only have this standard that is made by AutoCAD. So we're going to create a new by clicking here and simply renaming our style. In this case, I'm going to call it, of course, lazy wall new, like so, and then click continue. So at this point, what I like to do is first click on the start and end line to make sure that's checked. So that way, when we create an opening to add a door, for instance, it will close automatically in both sides. All right. We can see a preview over here. And then next, what we need to do is this is fine at 0.5 and minus 0.5. This will give us right now a thickness of 1 inch for this wall, but that's okay for here because we're gonna customize the thickness or scale of our wall when we create our macro code. All right, so at this point, what I'm gonna do is add a new line to my wall by clicking this add, and I'm gonna do it one more time like so. All right, so I added 2 lines. First, I'm gonna select the first one and change the offset to 0.3. And then once I do that, you're gonna see that this line is gonna move. So I'm gonna select this other one, as you can see. And then this second line, I'm gonna offset it minus 0.3. So once I do that, please see the preview here. You can see that I have a nice offset of about 1 inch, which I like to show it graphically like that on my floor plans. All right. So once I do that, the next thing that I like to do is change the color of the interior lines of my wall because I like to have them lighter. So to print lighter, of course. So the way I'm gonna do it is select this line first, which is this right here. And I'm gonna change the color over here. So I'm gonna click select color, and then the color that I want is color 8. This would be based on your personal preference, again based on your plot styles and so on, but you can leave it like that also if you want. So again, I'm gonna do the same procedure for the other line. So color 8, and you can see like that. The other lines, we're gonna give it like that by layer because I want my new wall to be controlled based on my layer properties, so that's fine. So that's all we're gonna do here. You can add also a description, so you can say new wall, or it's all up to you, but we can click simply OK at this time. And finally, we're gonna set current this lazy wall new, like so. All right, so once we do that, simply click OK. And at this point, the next time that we draw a multi-line using the shortcut ML, we can see that we're gonna have a wall like this. All right, so now that we have this style, we need to create our macro code for the lazy wall command. All right, so let's go now with step number 2. The step number 2 is we're going to create a new command, and in order to do that, we're going to use the CUI option. So once we do that, we're going to see this customized user interface, and what I'm going to do here is create a brand new command right here with this star icon. Simply click on it, and we're going to rename our new command. I like to call it lazy wall and new. So once we do that, we can pick a icon over here. The icon that I like is this double line, so I'm simply selecting that and click apply. So once we do that, we can see that our lazy wall is right here. So all we need to do now is simply left click on our mouse, and holding it, we're gonna drag it all the way up here like so. All right, so that's the lazy wall new. Of course, I'm creating it 2 times because I did it previously, but I'm doing it again just for you to show you how I did it. So finally, for this step number 2, we're gonna go here under the macro option and simply click these 3 dots like so, and we're gonna start implementing a macro code to finish our lazy wall new command. So I already have it here on my second screen, so I'm gonna simply paste it over here using the copy and paste option. So I'm gonna paste it like so. And of course, if you are a member of our channel, if you support our channel, you can simply copy and paste this code also and modify it per your needs. So here, what we need to do is, of course, change a couple of things. First is this option where it says your multi-line style folder path here. So we need to first save our new multi-line style that we created, remember, before on step number 1. So let's do that first before we forget. So at this time, I'm going to go back to this code, but first I'm going to click OK and simply apply and click OK. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my multi-line again. And I'm going to draw it like so, just to have it there. And then I'm going to put it on a layer that I want my new wall to be. In this case, I'm going to open my layer palette, right, using its shortcut, LA. And then what I want to do is here create a brand new layer for my wall. So I'm going to click this icon and say wall, new. And then I like to change the color of this layer to red because that's based on my preference, on my plot styles, but you can pick the color and name that you wish. So after I do that, I'm gonna select my wall and place it on this layer, right? Wall new, like so. So at this point, I'm gonna save this drawing or this file using the Control S shortcut, and then I'm gonna go here and find a folder or create a folder. So I'm gonna call it Lazy Arquitecto and multi-line styles. But again, you can name your folders and files as you wish. Again, let's remember this because this is important, the way you name your folder and your files in order to edit our macro code. So again, LAML styles. So that's the folder, and then I'm gonna open that folder, and also the file name, I'm gonna call it the same so I don't create any confusion. So LAML style, right? So I'm gonna create that, and of course, if you plan to creating more than one style, you can add something like new, right? Because this is a new wall. So again, LAML style new. So I'm gonna click save at this time. All right, that's all we needed to do. We can close this now. But before I close this, I want to open the Windows Explorer folder. So the way we're gonna do it is right clicking in here and then pick open file location. So once we do that, we're gonna see that a Windows Explorer folder opens, and this is important because I want to copy and paste this part. So I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna right click and select copy. So that's very important. And then make sure LAML style new, you remember that name. So I'm gonna move this. All right, so at this time, what we need to do is, of course, we can close this because we don't need it anymore, right? We already saved it, and we can proceed to create our our lazy wall command, modified in the macro. So again, CUI, this will open the macro option. Here, let's find our lazy wall new command that we previously have. So in order to edit this, let's simply click these three dots again, and we are ready to paste whatever we just copied. So what we need to do is change this where it says your multi-line style folder path here. So I'm gonna select that part, right? So I'm gonna go here and select it like so. And what I like to do next is simply paste. Make sure you don't select the semicolon or the dash here. So make sure you do that. And I'm gonna paste. So once I do that, the next step is to change the direction of my slash. So you can see that this slash is going to the front, but not this other one. So I'm gonna simply erase that slash and change it with this other one. So again, go here, erase, change it, keep moving, erase, change it, and you keep moving. This is very important because if not, your command won't work. So again, change the slashes for these other ones. So finally, we have this option where it says your multi-line file name here. Remember, that is this LAML style new. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply select that and copy that so it match perfectly. All right. So now I'm gonna simply select this part. So your multi-line file name here, like so. So, oops, I didn't select it correctly, I believe. So I'm gonna try it again, like so. All right. Oops, I selected this other. It's a little hard for me because it's very tiny, but I'm gonna try it one more time and hopefully I get it this time. All right. So make sure you don't select the slash and you don't select the point or period over here. So once you have that selected, again, right click and paste. So that's the name of your file. And that's it. Because over here, let's do a brief description of this code. So first we're trying to insert our multi-line using the path. And then of course the name of our multi-line is this LA multi-line. And then we are creating a new layer, in this case called wall new. So you can change that the layer name if you want. And then we are activating the multi-line command with the scale that we need. In this case, my scale is 5 inches because that's the regular wall size, but you can change it if you wish. And then some of the other properties as the justification and so on. So that's it for the code. So at this point, I can click OK and simply click apply because we already added it to the quick properties before, to the quick access panel before, remember? All right, so I think it's time to test your new command. So let's click OK at this time. And in order to test it, let's open a brand new drawing. So let's go and open a brand new drawing. And we can see, go to model space. And you can see that if we use the multi-line command, you know that it comes on a multi-line style that we don't use. But if we now use our brand new lazy wall new command and simply click on it, you can see that our wall or our new wall will come nicely and ready for us. Isn't that great? So again, at this point, you can simply use the regular shortcut for the multi-line and your wall new will work perfectly. All right, so that's the lazy wall new command, and I hope it can save you so much time because it does for me every day when I draw my floor plans in Autocad. So let's jump back to the chat and see what do you guys think about this brand new command in Autocad. So we have Rondo James on the chat. Rondo James says, very nice. Thank you, Rondo. I think you're new to the channel because I don't remember I saw you before, but that's awesome that new people are finding our channel. So that's great. I'm very happy for that. And then we have, I think, another new person, Kenan. Kenan just says hi. Hi, Kenan. I think you're also new. And I want to introduce myself really quick for those who are new to the channel. My name is Irving, and this is the Lazy Arquitecto channel where we are all about finding different ways to save time in AutoCAD, right? Either creating a new command like today's live stream, maybe creating a dynamic blog, sharing tips and tricks, basically anything that can save you time. I will be sharing it in a new live stream each Saturday around 3 p.m. Today we are a little late because again I had personal problem, but I'm still showing up today. So we have 5 people connected on the chat. That's great that you guys are here with me. So we have Mary Miriam. She says, great. Mary Miriam says, great. Thank you, Mary. You're always a fan of the Lazy Arquitecto because I saw you each week here. That's awesome. Mary has another comment. She says, I find it a bit difficult to assign a new command. Mary, I think maybe the difficulty comes on typing the command, or I don't know exactly if you can specify what's the difficult part. I try to make it as simple as possible. For instance, in this new command, I tried to divide it in 3 steps. The first, we created our multi-line style and we saved it in a folder. The second step was to create our macro code using the path and the name of our multi-line style. And then finally, the third step is simply testing our command to see that it works in any drawing. So hopefully you can follow along, but if you cannot, let me show you this other option where you can simply copy and paste the code. Let me see if I can go here. If you can see my screen, by supporting my work here on YouTube or on Patreon, you will be able to go to the membership area and you can simply copy and paste, let's say, this lazy close command that I did a couple of weeks ago, I believe. You can simply come here, select it, copy, and then go back to AutoCAD and of course paste it and modify it as per your needs. So again, this, if you can do this, that's awesome. It's another way also to support my work. Thank you, Mary. We have another comment from Mary. She says, yes, I am not sure how to write it. Oh, yeah. So that's what I show you, this other option, Mary, where you can simply copy and paste the code. If you're interested in that, you can do that. We still have 4 people connected on the chat. That's great that you are here today with me. I'm very happy, and hopefully this new command can save you some time, right? Because it did for me. So I use it for any of my floor plans here when I work in AutoCAD. So thank you, Mary, for being here today and being a fan of the Lazy Arquitecto. So I believe if we don't have more questions from today, I'm gonna prepare our next live stream. And as always, this live stream comes thanks to my supporters, people who believe in my work, and thanks to those people, you can click the video on your screen to even save more time. So I will see you over there.